Hi everyone, welcome to Crickbite. As Ravi Shastri would have said, here men are separated from boys now. So we are into Super 8s. We have probably the 8 best teams in this competition in the T20 World Cup. And tomorrow will be a great game in Ahmedabad. Probably the hardest game India will face till the final. That's what I think. India might meet South Africa again in the final. Who knows? But tomorrow's game will be really difficult for India to win. So I have done some research and I have my perspective on tomorrow's game, and let me present it to you and let me know what you think about it. So in the Super 8s, all the undefeated teams are there in Group 1. I don't know how it happened, how this whole Super 8 was designed, but has it happened that we have South Africa and Zimbabwe from Africa and West Indies with India in this group, and it looks to be a very difficult group. If you ask me, even Zimbabwe can be very lethal in this format. So all the matches will be difficult for India to win, and let's hope everything goes well. So yeah, everybody's asking this question: what it will take for India to beat South Africa. Well, if you look at some of the recent matches between India and South Africa at Ahmedabad, you would remember that the 5th T20 International on December 19th to 2025, just 2 months back, that happened at Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. And India actually won that almost one-sided, in the sense that India made 231 for 5, and then South Africa could manage 201. India won by 30 runs in that match. Again, South Africa won the toss and chose to bowl. So tomorrow also, any captain who wins the toss will go for fielding. That's pretty clear. And then there were some performances from India, like Tilak Verma made 73, Hardik Pandya made very quick 63, and then De Kock also contributed a lot. Then Varun was in real good nick that day with the ball, and Bumrah was dependable as always. So I think this is the template that India will follow tomorrow. And if you see that South Africa is actually home team in Ahmedabad, because they have been they've been playing their games over here, like 3 out of 4 games they played in Ahmedabad in the same stadium. So actually they're home team, if you ask me. So so against Canada, they again made 213 for 4, and Canada could not manage much, and South Africa won that easily, as you would expect. Then South Africa versus Afghanistan game was very close, as we all know, one of the classic games of this World Cup, where the super over happened not once but twice. But again, if you see that game, South Africa made 187, and it was a day game, so there was no dew. But still, South Africa could not defend that total 187. So it's very difficult to defend on this ground unless you have around 200. Then the last match, New Zealand versus South Africa, it had a little bit of dew, but not much. But again, the ease with which South Africa actually chased down 175 was really amazing, because they won with more than 2 overs left. So they chased 175 in around 17.4 overs, I think. That's what I remember. So again, chasing is easier over here, but if you are batting first, then you have to target 200. Anything less than 200 might be chased easily. And with dew, you never know. So toss is very important. As I mentioned, anybody who wins the toss will elect to field. I would be very surprised if anybody elects to bat. So if India bowls first, if India wins the toss, bowls first, then I think the ideal scenario would be that we restrict them to around 160 to 180. Anything around 170 would be really chaseable on this pitch. There are many worries for India. One of the worries is Abhishek Sharma, totally. So Abhishek, as we all know, is a game changer, but he is still to open an account, his account in this World Cup, and I think a few things could be done here, like maybe he can ask Ishan to open and not face the first ball probably, and then maybe play carefully for the first few balls, just take one or two singles here and there probably. I don't know, maybe he might go for another 6 on the first ball itself, who knows. But yeah, conventional wisdom would say that just easily play a few deliveries before going all out. Let's hope he has a good one tomorrow. Another worry that India has is the fielding side, because we have been dropping a lot of catches, and before the Netherlands game we dropped 9 catches in 3 matches, and then I think in Netherlands game also we dropped like 2 catches more, so around 11 catches we have dropped till now in the 4 games, which is really unlike India. But tomorrow we have to field really well. Maybe this is at the back of the mind of the support staff also. Bowling while defending is not always great for India. We have seen teams chasing down against India's bowling on these kind of pitches. So I think there will be some kind of strategy around matchups, who bowls to whom, and who bowls when and in what situations. So all those things would be taken into account, and I think captaincy will be very important, especially when fielding. Whenever India is fielding, the captaincy will be very, very important. I hope that Suryakumar Yadav is kind of switched on throughout the game. Batting is not in flow. That's what I've seen in the last 4 games. There have been good contributions by some of the batters, like Ishan Kishan came very good against Pakistan, but all the others, especially in the middle order, is right now struggling. Even Tilak is struggling to get some kind of hit. The good thing is that they are rotating strike. That is a good thing, but what we saw before the World Cup started, the form in which the Indian batting was there, and all of us were hoping that we'll score big in the first few games, at least against the minnows, has just vanished now. I think somehow we have to come back into form. It's a good thing, it's not a bad thing. I would say that the Indian batting is a little bit struggling, so that complacency and overconfidence is just gone away now. So I hope tomorrow all of them come back, at least the top 6 come back into form and make meaningful contributions in the batting. Probable 11, I think there will be only one change. Washington Sundar will go away and he'll make space for Akshar Patel. I don't think there will be another change in the 11. It was also, I would have liked Kuldeep Yadav to have played any day, but unfortunately he's not. There's no space for Kuldeep Yadav here. Some people were saying that Abhishek will be dropped, but now Surya has confirmed that Abhishek will not be dropped. So this is the probable 11. 99% this would be the 11. And in strategy, in batting, I think with the new ball, Marco Jansen has to be played really well, because he'll be bowling those deliveries that would swing in for the right-hander or swing out for the left-hander. So we have to be really beware of what he brings to the table, and also he will try to bounce the openers. So you could see a few bouncers from his side, and he has been a real thorn in our flesh, yeah, so to say. So I think Marco Jansen is a critical bowler that we have to target somehow. In the power play, I think if we get to 60 for 1, that will be a very good score against the bowling that South Africa has. Also, Ngidi is bowling very well in the middle overs. He's kind of bowling those off cutters. He's bowling the slower ones very well. So I think it will be very difficult to score against Ngidi, because he's in such a form. So again, we have to be careful with Ngidi with his slower ones, because he can be really deceptive, and he could take 1 or 2 wickets in a hurry. So that's a bit of a concern. The left-handers, because India has so many left-handers in the top order, I think Markram might open the bowling. So Markram might go for 2 or 3 overs, in 2 overs at least in the power play. That's what I think. And then final strategy will be, if we are batting first, then target 130 for 3 in 14 overs, and then once 14 overs are done, then just go all out with the remaining firepower that India has. In bowling, the strategy would be not to give Quinton de Kock any width, because he just loves it, and also the ball that comes in, that kind of bothers him. So bowl that line, that length that just comes in, and you might be able to hold him. So yeah, there are some matchups from the past, like Markram versus Varun. Varun might bother Markram, so in the power play we could see Varun coming in. Then Bumrah and Brevis, I think, if I remember correctly, he has been out on Bumrah quite a few times. And then Aksar and Varun will definitely come in power play, 1 over probably, which is the way to go. And also I see that the strategy could also be tomorrow that all the bowlers will bowl in very, very small spells, like 1 or 2 overs, and especially Bumrah will bowl 1 over spells in between. So I think between 6 and 14 he might bowl 2, and then at the death he'll bowl the last 2 overs. And then I also see Pandya bowling with the new ball, like the first 2 overs he did against Pakistan. The same trend will continue. I hope that Pandya bowls well and he hits those lengths, the hard lengths that he was hitting against Pakistan. For me, the game changers, 3 game changers for tomorrow. One is Pandya. We'll need his batting firepower in the middle overs, and also his bowling with the new ball. And I'm totally confident that he will be on top tomorrow. The second game changer will be Abhishek Sharma. Again, I'm sticking my neck out. I'll say that he will score big tomorrow. I hope he does, and that's my second game changer tomorrow. Even if he scores like 40 of 12 or 13 balls, that will be like, for me, that will be the ideal start that India could get in this important game. And then finally it will be Varun, because Varun has been in a very good form. He is bowling very well. He's hitting those lengths, and again people are not able to pick him. So I think Varun will take 3 wickets tomorrow. That's my kind of prediction. So can India do it tomorrow? Let's see. Let's hope everything goes well for the men in blue. All the best, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.